What do you reckon?
It's the fact that, obviously, just off the back of the Prem alone, from what we've seen from Fierce this season, they had some pretty good ups. We'd seen, even just over the course of the season alone, what they were doing, obviously, also alongside the Epic Land stuff again. They've been doing good, right? The team has been actively improving, but there's still been small changes here or there. So we've kind of been limited every time in seeing that full potential, especially with their map pool. It's still a little bit of a learning curve, Harry. But again, the bit for me is just the fact that they are the stronger team when it comes to raw firepower. Unless big man Russell starts dealing some blows, I'm going to be a little bit worried.
Yeah, I would be a little bit worried too, because like I said before, the firepower on that Fierce eSports squad, it's very difficult to, not try and comprehend, but try and hold back. But we will be going into a match now. We're back to our casters and Snods.
Casters and Snods. Brilliant. I don't know what I am then. 4 versus 5 apparently, Kai and I, as we go live with Train. Revelation,
yes, we do.
Revelation on the T side here. Going to be 3 players stacked up outside the V-bomb site. Impact goes down. Nice shots there from Fry and Eccles.
Yeah, those two who chimed in so well in the first map on Inferno look like they're chiming in yet again here on Train. Rotation comes in towards the inner B bomb site. 4 versus 3, but JSav is holding this angle, takes a peek and decides I want none of that before he gets done in the head from the side. And it looks like it's going to be a relatively simple retake for Fierce, and as a result, 1-0 to Fierce on the CT side.
Just like that, carrying on the momentum from the first map victory here on Train.
So, what are you predicting, Snods? We've not had any proper predictions, and I'm annoyed that predictions are no longer a thing, because they used to be a thing, and I like predictions.
I would say 16-10 maybe in favour of Fierce, but I could also see this one. Oh, there we go.
I approve of this picture of Jake a lot more than the last one.
Oh dear.
Beautiful man.
So, Astro, elevated angle, silenced and force here, coming out from Fierce for a few of the players. And just like that, 2-0 now for the CT side. And we should be seeing the buy come out from Revelation GG momentarily. But prediction-wise, I think this is a 2-0 for Fierce, maybe a 16-10, 16-9 in favour of them. But then again, three map series could definitely be feasible.
Yeah, and if we do end up going to a third and final map in this best of 3, which will happen if Revelation win here on Train, we will be heading to none other than Overpass, which of course we saw earlier today in the first semi-final. But anyways, Soulcast is going to bid farewell to Russ before Crazy trades that kill back, but that's an AWP down for Revelation. Look at how aggressive Fierce are playing here, pushing right up mid, not giving Revelation any breathing space. And if Revelation aren't careful, Fry could very well get yet another kill, but no, Hawk decides to get one for himself instead. 3 on 3. At the moment, you might argue that if Revelation stick together as a pack and head towards one bomb site numerically, it would aid them. But then again, the rotation speeds are quite fast on this map, so it's too early to predict how the rest of the round will unfold so far. A lot of information from Stanley pushing through toilets, though.
All the way in towards T-spawn. Information has been gathered here by Stanley. Echoes in towards Sandwich. Astro situated on the site. Stan going to be having the drop onto JSav. 2 versus 3. And now it's fairly obvious where the remaining players are. Echoes with 1 and a second as well. 3-0 Revelation. Again on the T side struggling. It's their CT side where they find the bulk of their rounds.
It was a shame that. I thought Revelation did okay to get it back to a 3 versus 3, considering how aggressive Fierce went and got those first 2 frags like onto Russ and mid. But then they completely neglected the fact that Stanley could have come through the locker room like that and get that information. And as a result, Fierce just kind of repositioned around where they knew Revelation would be. And, you know, at this level, you've got to be better than that. But anyways, Astro looks like he has got a couple of visitors, manages only 1 kill. The nade goes in, but no one explodes just yet. Stando, trigger, has been pulled on that Kalashnikov of his to get not 1, not 2, but 3 kills before hitting the deck thanks to Russ. And now, after Russ gets 2 kills of his own, it's suddenly 1 versus 1. I'm not quite sure why they were peeking him like that. He's low on HP, he's not got any armor. But if he can get the right position and pick up the bomb, who knows what might happen and how the rest of this round might unfold.
Issue here for Russ is the health he has currently. Bomb as well dropped, I believe. Did Fry spot him out? I'm not sure. Ooh. Dropped, and now he has the bomb in his hands. Frederick's going to see him, and Frederick's going to win it. 4-0 here. Russ did good there to get it into that 1 versus 1, as you said. 2 quick kills from a 1 versus 3. Unfortunately, low HP, bomb dropped in an awkward angle. Couldn't really get the round in their favour, and instead it falls to a 4-0 in favour of Fierce as we head into the 5th round.
Yeah, electrifying stuff from Russ, especially considering how much Revelation actually invested in that round. I think Fierce will be quite disappointed and quite fortunate that they won it as well. But anyways, Soulcast forced out a pop dog as Astro leaps back out of Ivy and looks to play it a little bit more passively. The guys on the analysis desk were discussing the importance of, you know, the AWP for both sides tactically on a map like this. So, you know, it's going to be an interesting battle at mid, at least, between Russ and Astro, and see how it unfolds.
Opening pick there by Crazed. Astro with one back, though. Eccles able to find any success there towards Sandwich. Impact from the side. Stand with 2 as they both line up there. Impact and JSav. 1 versus 3. This isn't the best situation to be left in. A minute left on the clock. Bomb in his domain. Gives away his position as well. And just like that. Ooh, I thought it was going to go down there, but 8 HP. He will live for another day. Could try and save and T-spawn if he wants to get very, very desperate. Seems like he may go towards B for that plant.
Yeah, he does have the bomb. He's currently got his phone out. He's on the phone to a medic, but I think, to be honest, he's going to take...
the tag on the ladder. That's very lucky.
Yeah, could have got the kill, but yeah, like I was saying, it's going to take something very, very special for him to have salvaged something out of that round, and as a result, Fierce are now 5-0 up. But again, don't rule Revelation out just yet, because, you know, we saw what happened in the first map.
Round number 6. Fast play coming out here from Revelation GG. As Crazed, Russ find 2. Now it's the 2 versus 2. The dust begins to settle as the bomb is left by Red Train. Eccles here coming from Old Bomb. Gets caught off guard by the peek from Russ. Standing in the 1 versus 2. Russ into low HP, so this is definitely winnable here. 4 stand. Revelation could have just gone up, popped up and gone towards the B site. Instead, they are lingering here towards, say, the bomb will be going down. It's still the 1 versus 2.
Still hungry for blood, but instead it's going to be Hawk who gets the blood. Look at how low Hawk and Russ were by the end of that round. But you know what, Snods? They all count. And Revelation, almost on cue, begin a revelation of their own as they come back. If it goes how we saw in Inferno, should start coming to fruition once again. Astro with the AWP for Fierce again, once again. Flashed as he had all eyes on mid. Crazed, opting to go for the scout. And mass majority of the Revelation players here getting burned alive and wall banged.
Ooh, the dink as well through the wall onto Impact.
Yep, real good stuff from the CT guys at mid.
So, 4 players here gathered outside the B site from Revelation GG. Astro with the AWP. Expecting the peek, spots a shot, it misses. The shot clean onto the body, lands a tag through the wall. Fry standing here to back up the players as well. And they're falling 1 by 1 to their grave. Crazed, JSav though, able to fight back at least a little bit.
Yeah, it's annihilation on this B bomb site, left, right and centre, with Astro and Eccles with it all to do. They're both sticking together right now. Eccles is getting up close and personal though, pulling the trigger on the FAMAS, but he cannot get enough damage. He can't deal enough damage to get enough for a kill. Astro obviously has given away his position by firing that AWP shot, and unsurprisingly, he's decided, you know what guys, this might be just a little bit too much for me to try and salvage. He's fallen back to Ivy. He's probably going to be expecting Hawk to be coming his way, is he? No, apparently not, and he loses the AWP. That's one way of doing it, 5-2. Oh, there he is. There he is.
First name basis, are you with him?
That's enough for now.
5-2. Round number 8. Eco now coming out from Fierce as Revelation have finally been able to dent the CT side economy. Rush going in towards the B bomb site. Stanley just waiting patiently here for the players to flood in. Pack the first sights in their favour. They're shooting each other here, Kaino. This is like...
Hey, if they win the round, then they win the round, and that's, of course, the end goal for them. If it works, it works. Russ with a headshot. Who's it has to be said, I think Russ has been has played quite well so far on this T side. He was a little bit disappointing, you know, relative to what we expect from a player of his caliber. 3 times Prem VP in the build-up to this semi-final, as opposed to how we played on Inferno. So it's good to see him doing well yet again. AK-47 in his hands. And yeah, Revelation 5-0 down at one point. It's now 5-3, and Astro and Co look to be going a little bit more aggressive here.
Eccles, the SMG, slightly flashed there by the flashbang of Hawk. Now with losing that player early, now see themselves a man down. 4 versus 5, no defuse can see if the CT side, if the bomb does go down, it's going to be very awkward for them. Fright and Astro together drop the bomb in towards the open of the A site. 3 versus 2.
3 versus 2. Soul, Cass and Stanley trying to hold on. Good stuff coming out from Stanley as he rotates away from the B bomb site, trying to come round the back, but it's going to be Soulcast who bids farewell to Russ, and that C4 is now on the ground. A great crossfire potentially the CTs have here, knowing where the bomb has been dropped, and Stanley will have heard the code being planted, and he, oh no, Stanley should be looking to do a little bit better there. And now a lot of weight and a lot of pressure has been given to his teammate, but Soulcast says, you know what, easy peasy lemon squeezy, I can deal with things myself, and given that JSav is very, very low on HP, he very well may do. He doesn't have a defuse kit, so all JSav has to do is stay hidden.
What?
And he just about gets the kill. Does he have enough time to defuse though? That is the question.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Close.
Very, very unfortunate, but you can't help but feel like, you know, that could have gone in the opposite direction if Stanley had just got that kill on the bomb planter.
Pause coming through. Surely that's from Fierce after how frustrating that round must be to lose. The whiff from Stanley.
Eccles looks a bit down in the dumps there, doesn't he?
It's very true.
It's making me feel sad.
I know, it is.
But I'll tell you what, you know what will make the guys at home feel quite happy? We're doing a giveaway here at ESL. Yeah, esl.im/giveaway. Prizes to be won.
Yeah, such as?
My memory's not that good, Snods. No, I actually think we're giving away some Intel stuff, some AOC monitors, and I think some PaySafe card vouchers, but do not quote me on that. Massive shout out to Intel AOC and PaySafe card as well, who are our sponsors, as you can see on the bottom of your screens. Go check them out, and I'll tell you what, who's being checked out right now. The terrorists with these nades being lobbed right at them. A lot of damage done to both Crazy and Russ, but despite that, gets a kill.
Another one there for Russ with the AWP. Minute 20 left in the round, and these pistols are being picked apart systematically. JSav chimes in too. Frederick and Fry and Astro even both go down. 5-5 as we're all squared up into the 10th and now the 11th round. Bayern going to be coming in from Fierce. The third map in this series is Overpass.
should we need it.
Exactly that. And who knows? 5 rounds here in the T-side for Revelation GG. If they get any more, maybe 10-5, or say they do extremely well here and they get to a 9-6 or an 8-7 scoreline. If they get 7 or 8 rounds on the terrorist side, going on to their CT side defense where they are at their strong point, maybe they can finally close out one of these maps.
Yeah, Russ trying to entry frag here as nades get hurled towards him. He falls back, but sees that grenade being lobbed by one of the CTs who was Soulcast, and he now is going to be exterminated. Astro, though, returns the favour. Man advantage in favour of Fierce Esports. And I think I may have jinxed it as Crazed D also got exterminated there. So Hawk has given away his position, trying to come out of Ivy. Eccles deals with him accordingly. And now J-Sav with quite a large job on his hands. And I'm not on about the AK-47 that he's got in his palms. He's gotten 2 kills already, though. So the 1 versus 4 could very well still be possible. C4 on his back in that backpack. He's fallen back to spawn. You know what, Snods? He's heading to B.
Big clutch here to win for his team. If he can make it happen. Gets his way down scot-free in towards the B-bomb site. Has a full arsenal of utility as well. Bomb planted default. Can smoke the cross, get back under across from the grey train and play the bomb that way. Has a Molotov as well off of Heaven if he needs it. Instead pushes forward.
J-Sav, oh, so close to getting that 3rd kill. And if he had, he would have turned the situation into a 1 versus 1. And hello there. Hello there, Mr. Terrorist. And obviously, Eccles would have been left standing with an AWP that he may have ended up swapping. But regardless, we can hear laughing in the background. Is it because of that terrorist head? Good-looking guy. Unfortunately, he's dead. But yeah, I've completely lost my trace of thought because of that. Thank you, Mr. Observer. You see, I can see him smiling in the distance as well. Thumbs up.
Cheers, Chris.
It's Jake.
Yeah, that's the joke.
Oh, right. Well, who's a bad one?
Yeah, well, round 12 here. Fierce with the 1 round lead so far. Revelation able to get Hawk outside. Russ with the initial kill. I imagine that was towards B Heaven. Didn't quite see that one on our screens. But Astro brings it back. 4 versus 4.
Was that a dig at Chris? Russ holding the back of the B-bomb site. Just waiting to see whether or not any of the rotating CTs pop their heads up. Answer so far, though, is no. Crazed D in the white holes. Just making sure no CTs have pushed. Pop Dog and going to be caught out climbing that ladder. It's a nice boost coming out there. Let's try and allow Russ to get his 2nd frag of the round. But I think, given the way that the CTs are currently positioned, they have a rough idea where Revelation are heading. So that's not going to make the terrorists' lives any easier. And we do have a CT who's on top of one of the trains here, and I believe it's going to be Astro and Stan to both chime in and drop not one, but a duo of terrorists. And in the blink of an eye, Astro rounds off the hat-trick. And in the end there, I think Snods, Revelation were just a little bit too slow. Fierce, you know, they got up close and personal in their faces. They felt out the map, and they just knew where they were in the end, and it was an easy job.
Especially as well when they're coming out Heaven. Astro spotted at least 2 or 3 easy frags found for the remaining players there on that B side from Fierce. Molotov's out early to deny the push. We've seen Revelation able to get 1 or 2 players out towards Sandwich. The problem is, though, Astro's playing so passive towards the default site with the AWP. Able to play the angles properly. Get those kills towards Sandwich, towards Pop Dog in the electric position, and towards Ali. So, bomb once again left towards T-Spawn from Revelation as they play for the picks. Russ is able to find one of the last round and still a win in favour of Fierce. It's such a difficult times we've looked past his names. Oh dear.
I mean, if it
How
helps,
could you forget Karum?
Karum, yeah, well, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it helps, he's not the only one who's messed up my names the past week. Dog for good fun. Anyways, there's the chef, who's going to get obliterated by Stan. And after Revelation were 5-0 down and they brought it back to 5-5, the collapse looks like it could very well be on the cards again, which ironically is an exact copy of what we saw on Inferno. Unless Impact can live up to his name and have a say about it, he needs to pick up the C4. CTs know exactly where it has been dropped, and I'm sure it'll be a matter of seconds until they all close in on his position and allow Stanley to get his 3rd kill of the round. 8-5.
Round number 14. Penultimate round here. First half, second map. Second best of 3 and second semi-final of the day. Winner of this series goes on to play Pensioners in the grand finals later on. G grenades towards B. Does a lot of damage, but so does the back 10 there from Hawk.
Certainly does. That grenade explodes, deals so much damage for the rest of the CTs to try and clear up. And Fry makes sure that that's exactly what happens. Hawk has picked up a rogue AK-47, but he's only going to be able to get 1 kill. The bomb has been planted, so really mission accomplished somewhat for Revelation. And the defuse, of course, will come in. 9-5 to be the score. And really, 10-5 at this point would just be the icing on top of the cake for Fierce. This isn't their map pick. For anyone who's just tuned in, this is map number 2. Map number 1 that was Fierce's map pick was Inferno, which they unsurprisingly emerged victorious out of.
Final round of the first half here on Train, 9-5. Fry just able to line them both up there. Easy pickings for him. So, in terms of cash, as you said, the bomb was planted, so we're going to be seeing the full buy come out from Revelation. Russ with the first, towards Ali this time.
Now come the soldiers, and unfortunately they fall. Fry makes it a hat-trick. Oh! 4 kills from Fry. And, well, that's one way to end the half. 20 kills altogether.
Jeez, yeah, there from Fry. Utility damage as well, high for a few of the players from Fierce. That was the T side. We've spoken many times about the CT side being so straightforward from him. Jeez.
Makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
10-5, let's see then. Pistol round is crucial for Revelation to keep their hopes up. Obviously, if they came into this after how good their online season is with the first seed, to lose in such fashion would really set their doubts. But push coming in towards the A site here. Frederick goes down.
Does, and so does Hawk and Russ, thanks to that man again, Mr. Eccles. Can he make it a hat-trick? Well, he's trying to, bless him, but Impact pops out from behind as he hears the bomb go down. Soulcast in a position behind that train, try and protect himself as the C4 beeps. Crazed D will nail Astro in the head with that silenced USP. Soul, if he's not careful, is going to be surrounded by CTs, one from either side, and now it's all pressure on Stan the Man. But unfortunately, it's none other than Stan the Man that ends up feeling the pressure of a bullet in the cranium. 10-6.
10-6 indeed. Pistols now going 1 for 1. 15 kills there for Russ. Any real shining light here for Revelation. And obviously Fry putting up the numbers for Fierce. Round 17. Molotov's going in towards teammate. It's going to be the eco coming out from Fierce though. Even the bomb going down, they're going to be saving for that round number 18 bye. Deagle here for Stanley, trying to pick off a few of the players from Revelation towards the outside vicinity of the map. Instead, it's actually going to be Dom with the first.
Yes, it will indeed. Falls back now. Hawk gives away his position roughly with that grenade that deals damage onto Stanley. So up against the submachine guns of the CTs should make him a little bit easier to wipe out. But they're playing it slow here, Fierce. trying to suss out exactly where the CTs are playing, but on paper, given who has the firepower, given who has the numerical advantage, given who can pull off crazy frags like Craze D, like that, yeah, it should really be a revelation round.
1 versus 3. M4 here for Dom. Has no head armor though, so the SMGs are still going to be fatal. But so is Dom's aim with that weapon in hand. Impact though at range of the MP9, able to silence Dom, who had to silence them before. 10-7 now as the buy does come through from Fierce. First round, are they going to go for a fast set play or a slow, steady default into a later round execution? This play here is that flick shot, the third guy. Perfect.
That dink noise, remarkable, so satisfying. Anyways, I wonder what that sign says. Unfortunately, the only part I can read is the part that says number 6. Anyways, here we go. Impact. Sneaky beaky like. Looked like he was potentially going to go towards the back of B, but instead he's fallen back down as you know, he knows that there is someone lurking in that area. Smoke grenade out for Dom and Astro, so they begin this execution towards the outer bomb site. The question is that where they are heading? Hawk gets 1 kill with the MP9, and at the moment it's all going the CT's way. Astro left all alone, AK-47 in the palm of his hands.
1 versus 3, as you said, but not for long. Russ with the AWP, 2 kills for him. 17 now. He may be the only person with a positive KD, and he is the only person with a positive KD for his team. 10-8. This game gets ever closer. This should be the eco coming out from Fierce now. Maybe a deagle here and there. Apart from that, Kevlar for Stanley and Soulcast. 4 players heading towards B already at the start.
So let's see what Fierce have up their sleeves for this one. On paper, should be an easy round for Revelation. But as we know in Counter-Strike, in reality, no rounds are easy, especially when you consider how good some of these pistols well and truly can be.
Hawk just being teased by Soulcast. So 5 players here from Fierce regrouping now in towards A main. Deagles for 3 of the players. They can maybe play for picks with that weapon. But this time Craze playing a different angle as he slowly shifts forward.
Craze slaughters Astro before Eccles returns a favour with not just the single but the double. That's what I was talking about. The pistols on their day in the hands of a player like Eccles can be so damn effective. Stan picks up an M4 off one of his dead opposition players, gets a kill with it, but those 2 kills from Eccles and the single M4 kill from Stanley will not be enough for Fierce to get their first round of the second half on the scoreboard. But positively speaking, they did deal a fair amount of damage, which, you know, will help them going forwards.
Push. So Eccles towards Ali early on. 3 players towards Pop Dog. I'm expecting a player there to be towards Electric potentially, as instead the action may unfold initially towards B. Astro with the AWP holding for the push through the smoke there at B. Impact going to be slowly fading back now towards B upper. Has the off angle, can force a rotation as well from his teammate from B towards A. The Molotov is perfect, and so is the shot from Astro. 5 versus 4. Minute 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, 1 minute, 15 seconds and counting. It seems like the CTs are certainly expecting the terrorists to be incoming towards the inner bomb site, but unfortunately for them, they've guessed wrong as the T's look to rotate round. This is the quick rotation between the 2 bomb sites in that connector area that we were talking about, and Revelation have more than enough soldiers ready to repel the incoming Fierce attack. Frying with 1. Eccles unsurprisingly gets a kill of his own alongside his right-hand man in Soulcast. And to be fair, Fierce eSports for this round, outstanding, remarkable, unbelievable. They made that takeover of that outer bomb site look so damn simple.
It's going to go 11-9. Revelation, though, may not have the cash to work with in the next round. We shall see. Hawk just trying his best to survive here and keep his hands on the M4 for that 21st round. Unable to achieve that. Money is dire here for Revelation. Should be the Eco coming out from them as they have $2,000 across the board. They can save this one card out, buy into the next. They should concede the 12th, though, over to Fierce.
Yeah, Fry, 22 kills and 13 deaths so far. You know, really kind of flexing those pecs and proving and showing us why he's won the ESL Premiership. Not once, not twice, but
3 times.
3 times, yeah. Question is, at the end of today, will he add yet another trophy to his locker? Stanley, though, I think is got a funny feeling that he's going to be locking onto a CT sometime soon. JSav hits the deck in Ivy, and Stanley is just about going to nail Russ in the head. And now Fierce just play this cool, calm and collected, take their time, and don't kind of go up the Alamo. They should be able to see this this round out. Oh, hello. Knife comes out. See you later. That's at least one for Hawk. Oh, hat-trick for Hawk! Well, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it in style, and that's exactly what Hawk did. He swooped in on Fierce from behind in the inner bomb site, and the knife was just adding insult to injury.
Question is, though, has he done enough here? 2 versus 2. Orb in Hawk's hands. This could be the ace here. 7 kills this season, but now it's going to be the 4th for Hawk. Searching for more, goes back. Eccles here has to be so paranoid about the orb here towards heaven. Spots the feet. Oh no, this could end so bad for Revelation. It could all be futile, the play from Hawk. Let's see, Crazed, no armor, up close, has the AK and lands the headshot. 10-11. I was wrong about Fierce being able to garner the 12th. Hawk's player there was player of the day.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, I've watched a lot of UK Counter-Strike in in my time, but talk about rewriting history. That was one heck of a play from Hawk. Remarkable.
Now, maybe that was the motivation, the morale boost Revelation GG were looking for. Such a frustrating round to lose if you are Fierce from a 5 versus 2. Eco, remember. So, Hawk with the first, carrying on that form from the prior round. Astro, on for the close angle, but it's fact. Impact and Hawk are playing passive towards the back lines of B. And now we wait for the play to be made by Fierce. Minute left on the clock. No presence towards Ali, nothing really towards B as of yet, but there's a 3-2 setup coming out from the CT side. 2 towards B, 3 towards A. Everyone playing, give a chicken here. It's almost like stalemate.
Yeah, sometimes that is how Train unfolds. It does sometimes turn into a tactical waiting game, and talking about tactical waiting game, Impact waited, but oh no, he wasn't able to capitalize on his waiting. Eccles comes in at mid and drops Russ as well, and suddenly 3 versus 3. Can the hero of the last round become the hero of this round? Sneaks up yet again from behind the Fierce players, gets his 2nd of the round, allows Crazed D to come round the side and slaughter Fry. And he's only gone and started defusing the bomb, Hawk. Eccles won't peek the bomb in time. And what a huge 2 rounds in a row Hawk has had, pulling Revelation back into this. It's 11 apiece now. It's like Inferno snods all over again.
Pause.
You said that with the momentum of a pause as well. You know, we've had 2 amazing rounds and they've only gone and stopped the game. We want more Counter-Strike. We don't want you to pause.
So, tactical timeout from Fierce. 2 left in this one. Amy now has his 30 seconds of fame. Try and remotivate, rekindle the flame, and try and get his players essentially working as best as possible. They have got those, well, thanks to Jake, the 4-round loss bonus, so Revelation have a lot of rounds to win consecutively if they want to break the money here for Fierce.
Oh, hello. Impact's been lagged with the AWP. And Hawk responds by dealing damage onto Astro, who pulls out. It's Crazy D, who I can no longer see without a imaginary chef's hat on his picture, thanks to you, Snods, is going to take control of Pop Dog. And now, really, Revelation are waiting for Fierce's move.
So, 2 towards Ali. Stanley in towards Team Main. 2 outside Pop Dog. Standard T-side train default here coming out from Fierce as they're slowing the pace down. Smoke towards the back lines. Counter smoke from Hawk as J-Stav still stays close.
Fierce. They've been a little bit touchy-feely for the last couple of minutes, trying to suss out how Revelation have set up, and obviously they want to try and counteract exactly that. But with the clock ticking and with less than 25 seconds on it, they need to get a move on, if you ask me, and it does look like they're heading towards this lower B bomb site with Impact to try and quite literally take the impact of the incoming terrorists. Bomb will get planted. Astro eradicates Russ. Crazy D returns the favour in the B-Apps area as that nade gets lobbed by Impact, and is it going to be enough damage to deal with Soul? The answer is no. The terrorist and the CT are jumping past each other. Crazed gets the hat-trick of kills and goes in search of number 4. The question is, will he get it? Nade flies out, but doesn't deal sufficient damage to Stanley. 2 versus 2. And Eccles comes in and says, look guys, hey, we're Fierce eSports. We've lost far too many rounds in a row. I've got this under control.
Does indeed. 12 to 11. Eco now maybe coming out for Revelation. GG as Craze is the only one who has cash in his bank balance. Going to buy a Scout. Not sure what he can really do with that, but hopefully he can prove me wrong. Early challenge towards teammate. Not going to be peeking into him just yet.
Impact. Pedal to the metal. Up those steps, but unfortunately just ends up running through fire, and as a result of Russ going down, JSav now has an AK-47, so what started as an eco round for Revelation suddenly sees them with a couple of guns in their hands before Astro chimes in with a kill of his own. 3 versus 2, both CTs sticking this out together, and it's probably the right tactical approach. They can both face a terrorist at the same time and trade off a kill just like this. It's now a 2 versus 1, but Hawk's decision, or position rather, is known to the opposition.
Walks through the smoke at back lines, catches off the first player. Eccles, here's him running towards Con, maybe anticipating the play towards B, but Eccles can now plant. He knows exactly where Hawk is.
He does. And if there's one person who's most certainly worked his magic so far in what's been an incredible second half, it is Hawk, but Eccles says no. And Fierce have finally won more than one consecutive round in this second half. It's an exact carbon copy of what we saw on Inferno. You know, Fierce take the lead, Revelation come back with a comeback of their own, start taking the lead in the second half, and suddenly out of nowhere, Fierce decide to wake up. And now Fierce 3 rounds away from securing a place in today's grand final.
Smoke used early. Going to force the rotation from Craze now towards the B site as well. Flash will blind up Russ, but thankfully Hawk is there to get the frag onto Eccles. Minute 20 seconds left on the clock as Ross still playing towards Sandwich. May split out the shoulder momentarily as the peak comes through. Baits out the shot, and now Astro can hold just like that. The synergy is there, and so is the next kill for Fierce.
It is. Hello?
Wait, what? Oh, okay. That's from Pop Dog. It wasn't the guy in teammate.
Right, okay. Oh, right, I see now, yeah, Fry. Says, one's not enough for me, I want another one. He's hungry for more kills, and so is Astro. 2 kills apiece for the Fierce men. And, yeah, Impact now in a 1 versus 4. With a lot of pressure on the shoulders of the youngster. Let's see if he can channel his inner hawk. Org in hands, in search of terrorists who are, to be frank, up to no good. But you know what? That bomb is ticking, the clock is ticking. He might be able to get a kill here, but in a 2 versus 1 like this, Fierce just need to hide, unless your aim is as good as Stan. And that is the result of when your aim is as good as Stanley. So 14-11 will be the score in the end. You know what? That headshot there from Fry.
Still
pretty impressive.
Yeah, it
was. what a map so far. Great stuff.
Tactical pause coming out from Revelation. Close affair here on Train. First one, 16-13. This one's down to the wire as well. I thought it'd be more one-sided for Fierce, but 14-11. First tactical timeout going to be used here in the second map by Revelation GG. We haven't really seen them been used too much by Hawk as of yet in this series. Obviously, the first one we saw in the last map was when it was 15-13. So, Eco coming out from Revelation GG. They're going to be playing for overtime.
Molotov down as Fry bids farewell to Russ and Dom. Says, anything you can do, mate, I can do better as well. A very, very simple anti-eco for Fierce, unless Mr. Clutch can do it yet again. Question is, will he be able to? I don't think he will. And there we go, 15-11 match point. Fierce have not made it look easy by any means. But Snods, I think at this point now, they can almost taste a place in our grand final.
Pensioners eyeing up their potential future competition here of Fierce in the grand final. On paper, it's how we expected it to go. So, maybe the last round here. Revelation need 4 in a row if they want a chance of OT. Astro. Ooh, gets the leg though into Crazed early on. And now, bomb left in towards T-Spawn here by Fierce, still slowing the pace down. Fry going for a bit of a lurk play here towards B. Haven't really seen this as of yet, but Russ, he's ready for it.
Yeah, Russ was born ready. He's definitely been a standout player for Revelation throughout this match thus far. And Revelation, they need everything they can get basically to try and take this map to overtime. So they are in the driving seat, given the fact that they are 2 men up. But in Counter-Strike, that can change pretty darn quickly. And as we approach the 30-second mark, we do start to expect executions to appear from the terrorists towards a bomb site. Dom, AK kill to JSav. Ross returns a favour with his second of the round with the AWP. Goes in search of more, but gets a taste of his own medicine. Stanley this time with an AWP. Doesn't matter what Stanley's got in his hands. Everything he touches turns to frags. And Eccles is going to make it 2 versus 1.
Impact now last alive. This may be the last round we see here from Revelation after they gave us such a refreshing Premiership season. Bomb planted for connector, and for Impact to win this one with no defuse kit is near impossible. Eccles as well, close con. Should be holding the off angle here. There you have it. 16-11. It's going to be Fierce to take it 2-0. 16-13 in Inferno. 16-11 on Train. Now they go into the grand finals up against Pensions.
Yeah, 100%. You can see the big